Hi, everyone. My name is Gus. I am also from Brazil, like Nadine. I'm an international student. I have worked for DDS since the fall of 2018 when I was a freshman. I began working at Novak, and that's where I work ever since. It is very true, everything that they have said, and conditions of work have gotten significantly worse since our freshman year. With COVID, with the increase in the student population, we have had enormous lines. We have never, I believe I speak for all of us when we were discussing fall term, we had never been that exhausted in our entire lives working at Novak. Working closing shifts, I see some of my peers who worked closings with me last term, where we would easily get out of the coffee shop from like 1:30 a.m. to 2 a.m. And it was just so stressful. And so it is really important, and I personally, and I think I speak for all of us, that we are really appreciative of everything that the union has done so far to make our process of working at Novak and working at anywhere here in this college much easier, much smoother, for conquering rights of sick pay for us. You know, I had COVID in the beginning of this term. I lost many, many shifts. I was stuck in Brazil with COVID because I had to lose my flight. And it is because of the union right now that I will get my sick pay back, and I'm really appreciative of this. And as I agree with them, we will get our union, and this is just the beginning. So thank you, everyone. Thank you for being here.
Hello, everyone. My name is Juliana, and I am a low-income student at Dartmouth, also from Brazil. And like Gus, I have been working at Novak since the fall of 2018, my freshman year. And I didn't decide to work because, whoa, let's work and study and occupy ourselves and be productive. I work because I need to financially. Most of us do so because we need. Most workers at the dining services are low income. And during my freshman year, I would sleep, I don't know, 2-3 hours per night because I had to conciliate studying with working. And I kept asking myself how better my life quality would be if I didn't have to work and could fully devote to my studies, because the academic expectations are still there, and we still have to deal with this burden because it is a burden. And coming from a non-English speaking country, it's not easy for me to be here and to speak in class and even to talk to clients and customers at Novak. And I worked at Novak when it was not yet a Starbucks franchise, and things have changed a lot since then. And as Gus said, after the pandemic, especially in the fall of 2021, our working conditions were really, really worsened, and it has become increasingly precarious, and there is no dialogue about it. Indeed, the dining services has adopted a position in which we should be glad to have the paying rates we had, and they increased our salaries when we became Starbucks, and that was it. There was no dialogue possible. And we were trying to make them understand that when our working conditions are precarious, it sort of expands to our whole life, to all domains of our life. So it's not about what happens in the workplace at that moment. It's about how stressed you feel after, how exhausted you feel, and how things stop making sense for you because you feel reduced to a machine. And I'm very glad, I couldn't be more glad that the union has formed, because it's not about fighting, it's about fighting together. And I think the student workers, thank you. And I believe this sense of collectivity is something that is I don't know, I cannot express how important it is. And I believe everything that has been done so far will open so many doors. I'm leaving, I'm going to graduate in the spring, thank God. But many will stay, and we will keep having low-income students here needing to work, needing to send money back home. If they don't have full ride scholarships, they have to pay for it because their fathers actually cannot, and I don't know how the financial aid packages are calculated. But sometimes people don't receive full rights when they should be receiving full rights, so we work for that too. And I think the importance of all this, it is just to treat people with dignity and to sensibilize the whole community about the different lives that student works have here. As they were saying, like, we have a limitation, international students work 20 hours per week. And it's not 20 hours, it's not nothing, it's a lot, because at the end of the term, it's more time you could be sleeping, it's more time you could be, I don't know, talking to your parents, it's more time you could be studying. And so it's really about finding the fair conditions to exist on campus. So I thank you all very much for being here tonight. That means a lot.
Hi everyone. My name is Gregor. I'm also an international student, also from Brazil. We're very well represented. Yes. Yeah, and I'll repeat some of the themes that my colleagues already talked about. Our working conditions have really worsened in the last years, especially since COVID. Everything got worse. It got dirtiest. We are more exhausted, and that exhaustion doesn't end when we leave a shift. It takes like about an hour, 30 minutes to decompress from the shift. A lot of the students are really like disrespectful towards us. We get really stressed. I'm losing hair. So yeah, the working conditions are not the best right now, and they really got worse ever since we became Starbucks, and just the demand has increased so much. The salaries have not accompanied the demand, even though thanks to the union right now, we got some wins. So really, I respect a lot the students who are here taking their time to build this union. And I would like to thank them. It's really gonna make a difference in the future of the other students. I'm also gonna graduate this spring. But I hope this union can bring a lot of improvements to the students who will be here in the next classes of 25, 26, and so on. And yeah, and I thank them, and I hope that the conditions of work become better for Dartmouth students, for Upper Valley workers, and for everyone in this country and the world, really.
Hi everyone, my name is Mayumi. I'm a freshman year, also international student, also from Brazil. And unlike my peers, I came here starting working on fall, and I couldn't notice, because I couldn't have this experience yet, how things could get worse in terms of working at DDS. And I guess it's funny because we sometimes came here and with the working conditions that were presented for us, like you have to work, so we accept that. And sometimes we forget to question it because we couldn't have this comparison. So in the beginning, I guess it was like really hard for me because I came as fall, international student, and usually when you don't have an idea of how things could be better or how things should be better, you usually think that the fault is yours. So, oh, you're not getting sleep enough? Your fault. Oh, you are not being able to enjoy extracurriculars or get good grades on your classes? Your fault. And when the student union was formed and they came all this data for us, I actually lose 2 days of my week. I could be really studying. That would be really great. So it's complicated. And I guess the beginning of when I started noticing problems in DDS conditions of working, it all began with a broken tap. that was broken, like for 3 months. And I was like, okay, like we are wasting water. Like, why don't we just talk to them? Like, hey, could you fix the tap? It's just a tap. And like some of the seniors said like, oh, we tried it. Do you think they listen? No. So I guess like with the start, like this unionization, I guess it's really amazing how we already have been doing progress, and I really thank you all for all this progress we have been doing now. And as I just said, we are going to much longer with this, and I really appreciate everyone here supporting us. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Kate. I am a freshman and I'm not from Brazil. I am actually from Singapore and I work at Ramekin Cafe and 53 Comments. So I'm actually here to present a different side of the story because I think so far you've only heard from Novak workers. I think Novak arguably has the worst working conditions on campus. But last term when they came to me asking, what do you think about a union? The first thought that came to my mind was, why do we need one? I mean, it's not like they don't pay us. It's not like our employers abuse us. Is there really a need for one? And now I think thinking back, I'm just thinking, what kind of system is this that non-abuse has become the baseline? You know? And what kind of system is this that minimum wage has become the maximum wage, and that COVID protection and sick pay leave, these are things that are seen as privilege and bonus and not necessities? What kind of system is that? And I still remember last term, I resented the fact that I was studying in an Ivy League institution because I felt like I was giving in to this whole system of wealth and inequality. But now that I'm here, you bet I'm gonna use every drop of privilege I have to fight for the change I want to see. And I think just to close, I have a message to all my fellow schoolmates who don't have to have a job on campus, who think that the union is irrelevant to them, who can't be bothered to show up for such an important town hall like this. Well, they're not here, but I know this is being live streamed, so I have a message for them. And I just want to say that, first of all, the student workers, we are the ones fueling you with caffeine and Foco cookies every single day. And we are the ones sitting at the snack bars till 2 a.m. while you are out partying every night. And you know, you can sit in class and you can read about inequality and you can say you're passionate about it and you want to change it. But change doesn't start after you graduate. Change starts now. And change starts here in your school and in your community. So thank you all for coming today. We really appreciate it.
Hi guys, my name's Esmeralda. I'm a freshman too, also not from Brazil. I'm actually from the Bronx, New York. Thank you, yes. But my parents are from the Dominican Republic. For me, when I first came here, like working, like if I was gonna work wasn't a question. It was just like a certitude. It was going to happen. I grew up like in a working class family too. My mom works in a restaurant, and I would see her come home just with like burns on her hands from carrying trays, completely tired from just hours and hours of dealing with people, just reeking of food, oil, and grease. So I knew what it was to work. I had seen it with my eyes, but I had never felt it myself. And last term, I worked at Ramekin, and this term I work at Novak. And when I started working hours on hours, and I would call my mom and I'd say, Mom, I'm getting off work right now. Now I have to study. I don't think I'm going to sleep tonight. And when that continued and it got worse and my grades weren't doing too well, my mental health wasn't doing well. And just seeing my mom, and my mom just told me, stop working. Just stop. And I let myself for a second feel the relief of thinking that I could stop working. I let myself feel the youth that I was losing, feel the hours of sleeping that I was losing, feel just all the experiences I was losing of hearing my floor mates go out until 2 a.m., hearing them laugh in the common room while I went out to work, all those things. And then I came back to reality because I knew that if I stopped working, that meant my mom would have to work more back at home. That meant that my classmates would have to work more, my peers would have to work more, that DDS staff would have to work more, and that wasn't fair to them. And that wasn't also fair to me because I needed the money. And though I liked the relief, I knew that my relief would affect others, and that's the issue. The issue is that while us student workers do feel that empathy for others, some of our classmates don't, our peers don't. When I work and I can't hear something through the glass wall because we don't have a microphone, and I can see people talking about me because I didn't listen. Oh, are you stupid? Why can she not listen? I'm saying it loud enough for her. Every one of their words and every second that they talk about me or they talk about any one of my peers hurts. It's never gonna go away. Not only am I losing my youth, my hours of studying and hours of sleeping, losing my health, I'm also losing parts of my self-esteem. I'm losing myself. And it's not fair. I understand that it's very nice to just receive iced coffee, just like when you snap your fingers. I know it must be nice to get a blueberry muffin without working, just, oh, DBA. I know it's nice. It must feel nice. I wish I could feel that too. However, we can't feel that. And that's why we need the union. We need union, yes, because even though you get that privilege, I don't. So to all my peers that say that a union is not what we do need it. Because what you don't realize is the person that's sitting next to you in class, after class, has to go work, has to study, has to lose hours of sleep. And just understand that the emotional labor is also part of it. We also do lose part of our confidence, just part of ourselves in this process. So for us, please do it. Thank you.